Greetings and welcome to newszimbabwe.com news. I am Makanaka Masenyama. Stories making the headlines. Ex-Deputy Premier Story Mutambara blasts opposition for alleged lack of political strategy. A Venezuelan woman caught with 5 kgs of cocaine worth $500,000 off the hook. Government considering bread made with 100% local products. And in sports, England-born Zimbabwe football star rewarded with fresh club contract. Now for the news in greater detail. Former Deputy Prime Minister Story Mutambara has condemned his former opposition colleagues within MDC for alleged lack of strategy in dealing with ZANU-PF in their pursuit to becoming the next governors of the country. Addressing delegates on ways to grow the country's economy in Harare on Wednesday, Mutambara said it was remote that ZANU-PF would accept MDC demands for the formation of a transitional authority, let alone demands by MDC leader Nelson Chamisa to be allowed to rule for 2 years during the current Emmerson Mnangagwa tenure. Mutambara said the opposition needs to have a clear strategy and roadmap on how they want critical issues in the country addressed, adding that he was not satisfied with Chamisa's inconsistency in outlining the main opposition's overall demands.
What do you want? One day, we don't want an inclusive government, we just want reforms. We want to talk about reforms. Another day, we want an NTA. An NTA, by the way, by definition, is where all the parties go aside. You have a technical team of people running the country for 5 years. They create all the conditions that are necessary, and then we have an election. It's a job, because there's no one who accepts that. The opposition won't accept that, because they want to be in power in government, and ZANU won't accept that. Now, a week ago here, we want 2 years from Nagagwa, 2 years for FDC. And then the next day, we don't want that. Make sure you are clear about what you want as the opposition.
Families evicted from a Bindura farm late last year and later dumped on the outskirts of Bindura town have pleaded with First Lady Auxilia Mnangagwa to intervene in their plight. The 18 families were among dozens more which were thrown out of King's Community Church Farm by police at the behest of former ZANU-PF Senator Damian Mumvuri, who had acquired the property. Speaking to Newzim TV in Bindura on Tuesday, a visibly frustrated Portia Chinyanganya, who now lives in shacks with her family, called on Mrs. Mnangagwa to come to their rescue.
Nandi chikumbiro kuna mama amai Mnangagwa kuti dai amai vagona kuuya vasvika vataurawo nesu sevanhukadzi vanzwawo zvichemo zvedu zviri panapa vatigamuchirewo seamai vanonzwa mwoyo kurwadza kuti vana vari kushupika pano chokwadi tiri kutambudzika. Munozwa vanonzi kutambura ndozviziva hangu kuti mai Mnangagwa vakauya zvinhu zvedu zvizhinji zvichagadzirisa tatikumbirawo nemwoyo unoda kuti dai mama vayo zvavo vaizotionawo vakasununguka. Noti tingoti tikangotaura zvichemo kuti dai amai Mnangagwa vauya kuna vanhu vanenge vachingopfuura vanongoti pamwe mangwana tasitakura foni nhamba dzenyu, pamwe musi wakati isu tiri kukumbira nemwoyo wedu wese kuti mai Mnangagwa ngauye zvavo vatione. Vatione semhuri yavo, kana vakanzi vasvika mubhindura ngavasvike vatione, chero vakanzi vari kudarika asi tachikumba chokuti ngavasvike patigere vationewo mararamiro atiri kuita. Mai nevana munorarama mumba imwe chete, vana makubva nemakore 14, baba naamai nevatungorara imba imwe chete. Ndoziva kuti mai Mnangagwa pfungwa dzakafanana neidzodzo havana, ngavauye vatione hedu.
Police in Greendale have arrested a 38-year-old woman and charged her with infanticide after she gave birth to a baby boy before concealing the infant in a reed basket and later burying it alive. The baby later died before getting any help. According to police, Eunice Mutata, who is from Greendale farming community, she gave birth on 19 February this year. She allegedly hid the baby in a reed-weaved basket and later buried it alive at a nearby drain where she had dug a shallow grave. The matter came to light when a neighbor noticed she was no longer pregnant. In the courts, a Venezuelan woman who was arrested last year after being found in possession of more than 5 kg of cocaine valued at $469,000 was on Tuesday handed a wholly suspended sentence by a Harare magistrate. Delcy Deima Rodriguez Guerrero was convicted after a full trial by magistrate Morgan Nemadire, who then sentenced her to a suspended 7-month jail term with the option of paying $700 fine. Similar cases usually attract a penalty of not less than 10 years behind bars. In passing sentence, the magistrate said it was expensive for the taxpayer to keep foreigners behind bars. In business, government says it is in the process of engaging a baker who will produce a standard loaf of bread with 100% of locally produced ingredients. This comes as bread shortages persist in the country, while hard-pressed local bread makers have demanded autonomy in the pricing of the staple food. Addressing a post-cabinet media briefing Tuesday, Information Minister Monica Mchangwa said persistent bread shortages on the market, coupled with price increase, pressures brought by continued reliance on imported wheat. In the arts, Zimbabwean artists have feasted on disgraced Pastor Lukau, whose video purportedly resurrecting a dead man in South Africa went viral recently, attracting wide ridicule to men of the cloth. Radio and television personality Miss Red, comedians, comic pastor, and Madam Boss, hip-hop stars Stana and Takura all took to their social media pages to poke fun at the incident. They posted memes and skits to ridicule the embarrassing act, which has been discovered to have been a cheeky publicity stunt by the men of God. We shall be taking a short break. We'll be back soon.
I have experienced death, and I can tell you that death is inevitable, and yet such a big taboo subject as Africans. Please don't put it off. Guarantee your family a decent send-off. Talk to Diaspora Funeral Cashman today. They're just a phone call away, and they will put you at ease when you need them.
In sports, England-born Zimbabwean footballer Ndirino Mota has been rewarded for his rapid rise at English Championship side Reading FC after signing a new contract to stay at the club until 2022. The 21-year-old is enjoying an impressive breakthrough season in the Reading first team and has been rewarded with a 3-year deal. Mota signed from non-league AFC Portchester in 2015, has made 20 appearances this season on top of 2 early ones, though he missed Saturday's 1-0 draw with Rotherham United as he recovers from injury. To end this bulletin, here is a recap of the main headlines. Ex-Deputy Premier Bulletin Mutambara blasts opposition for alleged lack of political strategy. Venezuelan woman caught with 5 kg of cocaine worth $500,000 off the hook. And in sports, England-born Zimbabwe football star rewarded with fresh club contract. Reporting for newszimbabwe.com, I am Makanaka Masenyama. For this and more stories, do visit our website www.newszimbabwe.com and our YouTube channel, Newzim TV.